Good morning. Welcome to NYNJPA Weather, your weather source for the Northern Mid-Atlantic. I'm meteorologist Stephen DiMartino. And before we get any further, I just want to remind you, get out and vote. Because if you don't vote, someone else will, and then you might not like the outcome, and so on and so forth. So get out and vote, and after, of course, you watch this video. Now, let's talk about some interesting weather developments over the past 24 hours. High pressure is in control throughout the entire northern mid-Atlantic, providing clear skies, light winds, and very cold temperatures. Well, at least compared to what we've been used to over the past several weeks, with highs in the 70s, lows in the 50s and 60s. No more. We are in a clear, cold pattern right now, with high pressure producing the conditions necessary to allow temperatures to drop into the 30s and 20s. This is probably the coldest we've been since, well, last winter. So get used to it. It's not going away anytime soon. Sure, we'll see some warm-ups, but for the most part, we are going to be in a rather cool, active pattern throughout much of this coming month, and likely into December. Meanwhile, we have an area of low pressure that is developing over the southern plains and over the western Gulf of Mexico. Get used to hearing that a lot this winter. This low pressure center is associated with the strong disturbance that is over the southern plains that will create some problems for us later on this week. Let's take a look at the satellite picture. I have the disturbance circled in yellow here, and what I'm expecting is that this disturbance to weaken a little bit. And the reason why is because we have a strong trough that is sitting over the Canadian Maritimes and moving through the northeast. That produces a northwesterly flow, and we have our southeast ridge off of the southeast coast, and that produces a southwesterly flow. What you have is convergence aloft, and when you have convergence aloft, you usually end up having some weakening, because when you have a convergence at the upper levels, you have sinking air, and sinking air weakens low pressure systems. So this disturbance will not be as intense as what we're seeing right now over the southern plains. However, it will be strong enough to produce a new area low pressure off the mid-Atlantic coast on Thursday into Friday. What this low pressure center will do is produce periods of heavy rain starting late Wednesday night, let's say around 11 p.m. over southern New Jersey, spreading throughout the entire northern mid-Atlantic for the Thursday morning rush hour. Thursday afternoon, continued rain. The low pressure center will lift out Thursday night into Friday. On the back edge of this storm, especially for northeastern Pennsylvania, let's say above 1,500 feet, around the Poconos, parts of the Hudson Valley, above, again, 1,500 feet, could see some snow mixing as the low pressure center lifts north and continues to intensify. This snowfall, under 2 inches, if any, it's not going to be a big deal, except for the fact that it is one of the first snowfalls of the season in these locations. So overall, not a big deal. Now behind this disturbance, there's other disturbances in the polar jet stream that we're going to have to keep an eye on for Saturday and Sunday. These disturbances will enhance some lake effect precipitation. Some of that will be snow over western New York, and some of those showers will move into the northern mid-Atlantic, specifically around northeastern Pennsylvania, northern New Jersey, parts of New York City metropolitan area. I think central and southern New Jersey and the Philadelphia metropolitan area will only see an isolated threat of a shower or a snow shower for this weekend. But still, the threat does exist. And when I say snow shower, just a flurry, no accumulation, something just to say, hey, winter's here, or winter's on the way. After this storm lifts out again, Saturday and Sunday, scattered showers. Monday, Tuesday, looks like high pressure is going to return, and with that will moderate a little bit back up towards normal temperatures, maybe slightly above normal. We could see a return of 60 degrees by mid next week before the next cold air mass makes its way in. Thank you for trusting in NYNJPA Weather for your weather source for the northern mid-Atlantic. I'm meteorologist Stephen DiMartino. Have an excellent day and get out to vote.